It's like,
Okay.
maybe in the afternoon. Does it need to be after 5 or could it be like 4? I know.
Yeah. So,
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
have to change the notice, publicly noticed.
The notice.
And would you separate contract and supply and E and A?
I'm not gonna,
Statement.
I don't wanna separate that. I didn't know we were looking to separate anything. We'll talk.
Shaniqua says no, the answer is no.
That's how I live my life, stays clean that way.
But you don't have to have.
Right.
Council
No,
say-
I don't.
Yeah.
All right, we're recording.
Okay.
Take it away.
Yeah, welcome everyone. This is our first CNA meeting, so my best to follow the script, but
That was in the script.
That's not.
what?
That's not in the
That
script.
wasn't. No. But, welcome to the meeting of the Board of Estimate Apportionment. Today's date is January 6th, Tuesday, January 6th, the time is 1:32 p.m. My name is Sam Fine, I'm the Chief City Auditor. Let's introduce members of the board. Why don't we have members of the board go around, introduce yourself.
Kelly Kimbrough, President, Council.
Gary Shonfar, City Treasurer.
Is doing account.
No.
Okay. Joel Stetson, Chief Financial Manager for Budget.
We already know.
And that is everyone on the board. We don't need everyone else to introduce themselves. Okay, that's everyone on the Board of Estimate Apportionment who's here. Thanks for joining. So the meeting agenda is we have a transfer request and a settlement. For the transfer request, submitted from the mayor's office. And there is, we have from fixtures and furnitures, supplies and materials, office equipment. There is, $3,389 being requested transfer to. It'll be $500 to fees and services, $2,689 to contracted services, and $200 to miscellaneous. The reason for the transfer is to bring the accounts out of the negative and cover outstanding purchases. And we vote on this one first, then we move on to the next.
Yeah.
Go over everything, okay. Okay, next on the agenda is a settlement. And it is from Robert McGee, Corporation Counsel. The settlement of campaigner versus City of Albany, settlement of $4,550 and release related to the claim, campaigner versus City of Albany. Claim involved a tree branch that fell and damaged the plaintiff's vehicle. The tree in question had been identified as potentially dangerous several months prior to the incident. So the check is going to be sent out to Nationwide Insurance Company. ASO campaign.
I'll move the agenda.
Motion move from Treasurer Darius Shattenford. Second. Second from Joel Stetson, Chief Financial Manager. All approve?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion passes.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
Good job.
Very good. You got it, in second nature.
That's probably my favorite meeting.
What was all the one?
Hold on, they're gonna get longer.
Say that.
The next, I know DGS has got quite a few going in the next meeting, so you've got.
I'll just have,
It'll be
Sure.
There you
go.
10 minutes next time.
this thing called a designee.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Figure the schedule out,
Yes.
give myself the easy ones.
This settlement.
Have a good one. Right, the speaker. Today is Tuesday, January 6th, 2026. Calling to order the
Board of Contract and Supply. Present, we have Jolson, Budget Department, Darius Shumpart, President, Robert McGee, who has stepped down from council, William McQueen, Mary, and Frank Zioli, General Services. The following was offered. Resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise. See if it's all over. The following was offered and resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bids for the following: purchase of K9 tactical camera equipment. Bids to be received, 7 proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting to be held Friday, January 23rd, January 26th. January 23rd, 2026. And that each bidder be required to present with the bid a deposit equal in amount to 5% of the total bid and cash on or the certificate. Mr. Zioli offered the following: resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bids for the following: industrial cleaning supplies, 7 proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting to be held Friday, January 23rd, 2026. Bid deposit is not required. Mr. Zioli offered the following: resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bids for the following: heavy and light suspension work, 7 proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting to be held Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026. Bid deposit is not required. Mr. Zioli offered the following: resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bids for the following: citywide rental of portable toilets. 7 proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting to be held Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Bid deposit is not required. Mr. Zioli offered the following: resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bids for the following: yard and wood waste processing services. 7 proposals to be received by the bid at a regular meeting to be held Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. A bid deposit is not required. Mr. Zioli offered the following: resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bids for the following: print and mail services. 7 proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting to be held Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Bid deposit is not required. Mr. Zioli offered the following: resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bids for the following: conservation seed and associated materials. 7 proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting to be held Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, at 1:30 p.m. And a bid deposit is not required. The following was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board: resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to reject the bids received on December 2nd, 2025 on behalf of the Albany Water Board for the following: purchase of fine and coarse aggregates. The following was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board: resolved that the secretary be authorized and directed to advertise for bids on behalf of the Albany Water Board for the following: purchase of fine and coarse aggregates. 7 proposals to be received by the board at a regular meeting to be held Friday, January 23rd, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. And that each bidder be required to present with a bid deposit equaling the amount of 5% of the total bid in a bid bond or certified check. Mr. LeQuie offered the following: resolved that all bids received by the Board of Contract and Supply on December 16th, 2025 for the maintenance contract for plumbing work for various city-owned buildings be rejected. Moving on to the openings. First opening is 2026 Winter Lead Service Replacement Project. Bid total $2,490,129.00. So that again.
Sorry.
No. $2,490,129. I said that wrong.
I got it.
And 0 cents.
Thank you.
Bid bond is included. Next, we have, that computer Luigi Brothers. Second, we have the Castle Pagans. Bid bond is included. Bid total, $2,236,080.00. Next, we have William J. Keller and Son. Bid bond was included. Bid total, $3,457,903.00. Next opening, sorry. We have annual flowers, spring, summer, and fall seasons, general services. Our first vendor is NFA Greenhouse. Bid bond was not covered. Total bid. $104,000. $104,010.00. Next, we have Saladino Property Maintenance. Again, bid bond is not required. Total bid. $91,018.80. Our next opening would be for Ravo Equipment. There were no submissions
No
for
submissions.
Ravo. Next, we have Street Sweeper Parks Maintenance and Repair, Joe Johnson Equipment. Bid bond was not required. Mr. Johnson.
These are various, so I would suggest us not reading each item, multiple items.
We will forego the reading of each item, and it will be posted. For everybody.
It's all broken down.
Yeah, right, thank you, Frank.
Nothing for Allison, any?
Nothing for Allison. Their next opening was Allison, medium heavy duty transmission parts, preventive maintenance, no submissions for that. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the prices specified in their proposal. They being the lowest qualified bidder and theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. The project was 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies. Water Group number 5 was awarded to Ferguson Enterprises for $63,445.40. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at for the prices specified in their proposal. They being the lowest qualified bidder and theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. The project, again, 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, Water Group number 6 was awarded to EJ Prescott for the bid amount of $61,019.00. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder and theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. Again, water and sewer bulk supplies, Water Group number 7 was awarded to Core and Maine for a bid amount of $54,747.00. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them and for the prices specified in their proposal. They being the lowest qualified bidder and theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. In 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, water group 8 was awarded to Ferguson Enterprises for $19,347.40. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder and theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the project 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies. Water group number 9 was awarded to Blair Supplies for a bid amount of $36,592.00. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the water. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder, theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies. Water group number 10 was awarded to Ferguson Enterprise for the amount of $34,396.20. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder, theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. Project 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, sewer group number 5 was awarded to FW Webb for the amount of $1,985.50. The resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the prices specified in the proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder, theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. Project 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, sewer group number 1 was awarded to EJ Prescott. Bid amount of $25,449.00. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder and theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. Project name 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, sewer group number 3 was awarded to Ferguson Enterprises for the bid amount of $14,520. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder and theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. Project name 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, sewer group number 4 was awarded to FW Webb for the bid amount of $12,393.75. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder, theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and then the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. Project 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, water group number 1 was awarded to FW Webb for the bid amount of $89,589.00. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at and for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder, theirs being the lowest qualified bid, that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. Project name is 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, water group number 2 was awarded to Ferguson Enterprises for the bid amount of $67,234.00. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following named bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bidder and theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and the mayor be authorized to sign a contract on behalf of the city. 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, water group number 3, FW Web was awarded to FW Web for in the bid amount of $22,475.33. The following resolution was offered on behalf of the Albany Water Board. Resolved that the bid for the following main bidder be accepted and the contract awarded to them at for the prices specified in their proposal, they being the lowest qualified bid, theirs being the lowest qualified bid. They being the lowest qualified bidder, theirs being the lowest qualified bid, and that the mayor be authorized to sign the contract on behalf of the city. 2026 water and sewer bulk supplies, water bid number 4 was awarded to Ferguson Enterprises in the bid for the bid amount of $164,730.00. Motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Yes, motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right, thank you.